Hello, my name is Eric Putkonen. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about how to do self-enquiry. Self-enquiry is one of these practices you hear often in various non-dual traditions and teachings. And I'm sometimes asked, well, how do you do self-enquiry? Well, I know that I had learned self-enquiry, or the idea of self-enquiry, from reading Ramana Maharshi. And Ramana Maharshi said the purpose of self-enquiry was to silence the mind and to abide in silence. And so when I get into how to do self-inquiry, first I want to do a few cautionary what it isn't. Self-inquiry is not a mental activity in terms of you're trying to figure out who am I. You're not trying to think it out. If you're contemplating and trying to figure out who am I and doing that kind of thing, it is not self-inquiry. Nor is self-inquiry a mantra. So you're not repeating, who am I, who am I, who am I, as some people have told me they do. That is not self-inquiry. Actually, H.W.L. Punja cautioned against that because so many people at his time were just repeating, who am I, who am I. And so he tried to counter that teaching by saying, no, self-inquiry is really a sincere inquiry and asking of who am I, but once, and then not doing anything. And so it's not a mental activity. It's not a contemplation. It's not a mantra that you repeat. So what is self-inquiry? Self-inquiry, really boils down to the question, who am I or what am I? But I like how Ramana Maharshi said, really what you're doing is you're following the I thought to its source. So when a thought arises, you'd go, well, who does this thought arise for? For me, is usually the response. Then you go, well, who am I? And that kind of leads you from your thought to what's thinking it to the origin of the thought. And that was kind of an example he gave, but I think regardless of, you don't have to really have an activity, because I think to really do self-inquiry well involves being very, very present. Being present is the foundation, is a fundamental of self-inquiry, because it's not a mental activity. It's not a doing. Self-inquiry is not a doing, really. It is an abiding and silence. And so what you're essentially doing though is if you're going to do self-inquiry, first you want to get very, very present. Not thinking about past and future, letting past and future go, not referring to past and future. Kinesthetically, experientially being here. When you're very, very present, when you're very deeply experiencing and being in the now, thought slows down on its own. Thought may even stop entirely, because thought is about past and future. And so thought is never about now. So the more now you get, the less the mind has to comment upon. So when you're very, very present, and then you ask sincerely, but once, who am I? There's just that. And as Ramana Maharshi had pointed to, it's a silence, and you just abide in this silence. If you're trying to use self-inquiry as a means to cause enlightenment, you're going to get in your own way. Self-inquiry does not cause enlightenment. Self-inquiry does not cause self-realization. There's too many people that do self-inquiry even well and still say they're not awake. So it's not about causing this. The sole function of self-enquiry is to lead to silence, abide in silence, and in being open and abiding in silence, you're open to the grace of self-realization or enlightenment to occur on its own. Because I know that there's a trap, because I know people who sometimes ask me questions and say, well, I've done self-enquiry and it doesn't work. Well, what is it you're trying to do? Well, I'm trying to wake up. That isn't really self-enquiry then. Self-inquiry should simply be getting you to silence and abide in that, as Ramana Maharshi once said. It brings you to silence. Abide in silence. That's it. If you're trying to make it do more, then you're actually doing things. You're doing a mental activity. You're trying to force it. And you can't force enlightenment. The more you try to force it, the more you're blocking it and pushing it away. It's kind of strange that way, but that's how it works. And abiding in silence is the goal. Just abide in silence. No more, no less. And self-inquiry, in order to abide in silence, will help quiet the mind. So will being present. And I think the two overlap because of that reason, because true self-inquiry requires being present. And when you're very present, it quiets the mind. So, to conclude, it's just a simple inquiry. It's a sending out the inquiry, sincerely, from the heart, but once. What am I, or who am I? Thank you much. And if you like my videos, be sure to subscribe, so that way you're notified of new ones. I've been a little sporadic as of late, but as fall's coming and things are cooling off and the bugs aren't as bad, I'm hoping to do more outside videos. Also, things will slow down once I move, because I just bought a house. So that is kind of what's going on here. But if you have any questions or comments, post below, and see you next time.